What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today when I talk to you about Prospect Capital, ticker PSEC. They did drop their earnings after hours on Monday. I want to go over the absolute key takeaways from those earnings that you need to be aware of. And then aside from that though, go over some of the data points and what analysts are saying. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So it is up 1.56%. Earnings ultimately came in as a beat for the bottom line. The normalized earnings per share revenue was a miss of 4.21 million. Implied move though was kind of crazy, so 17.65%, so definitely on the low end for that. Shorts though, you did at the same time feel that they were going to miss on their earnings, and so they were really increasing and doubling down ever since January. 2.95% of the free float was shorted, and then going into the earnings was roughly 3.68. So shorts definitely did feel that this stock was going to miss on their earnings. But aside from all that stuff though, options right now, 13,000 in calls, 2,000 in puts. Not much to go on. It's not that popular for options, but 67% of all the options being done are optimistic in nature. And there seems to be a consensus for it to be kind of hover around that $4 range. Bears are anticipating for it to be kind of similarly around that $4 range. So not much to go on for that, but with it at $4.24, trading between this pivot and this S1. So 429 and then 439 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. 419, 412 is going to be the following support points. Low end for today is 409. So again, something to kind of keep in mind. Powell did speak today, and I think he's still kind of going through his testimony right now, but kind of mentioned in interest rates a little bit. So I think that also might be helping this stock kind of recover from the recent lows. And that's just because a lot of people do see it as a high dividend paying stock. So 12.95% is that yield. And just to give you a quick overview, payout ratio is 77.42%. And no analyst ratings, nothing like that. But then again, leading into the earnings, they didn't really nobody paid attention to it. So there was only one rating 2 months ago done by Fin, whatever their name is, 59% success rating. Wells Fargo sell $4 price target. So let me know your thoughts on this stock. I have dabbled with this, but luckily enough, I did sell it when it was at like $6, almost like a year ago or something like that. But yeah, similarly, I did actually have it because of the yield, but clearly it hasn't really worked out all that well for investors. But like I said, I'm going to go over the absolute key highlights from the earnings that you need to kind of be aware of. So with that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, give yourself a shout out if you do own it, if you sold it, what have you done with it lately. So with that said, appreciate all of you watching.
Prospect Capital outlines 4.5 monthly shareholder distributions through April 2025. Earnings Call Insights Prospect Capital Corporation, PSEC, Q2 2025 Management View. John Barry, Chairman and CEO, highlighted that net investment income for the quarter was $86.4 million or 20 cents per common share, with an NAV of $3.4 billion or 7.884 cents per common share. He announced monthly shareholder distributions of 4.5 per share for February, March, and April, with plans to announce the next set of distributions in May. Barry emphasized the company's strategy of rotating assets into first-lien senior secured middle-market loans while exiting from equity-linked assets, including real estate. 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗛, president and COO, reported that the portfolio at fair value consisted of 64.9% first-lien debt, reflecting a 620 basis point increase from the prior year. 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 also noted recent investments totaling $65 million in 𝗪𝗪𝗧 footwear, as well as investments in Druid City Infusion and Discovery Point Retreat, both of which have shown significant growth since investment. Kristen Van Dask, CFO, stated, "Our company has locked in a ladder of liabilities extending 27 years into the future," adding that the company holds $4.8 billion of unencumbered assets, representing 66% of the portfolio. Outlook. Management plans to continue focusing on first-lien senior secured middle-market loans for portfolio growth, leveraging its robust balance sheet and liquidity position. 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗛 noted that the company expects its continued redeployment of proceeds from asset sales into middle-market loans and property value-add capital expenditures. The company has already booked $111 million in originations in the current quarter, signaling ongoing momentum in middle market lending. Financial results. Net investment income was $86.4 million or 20 cents per common share. The company's NAV stood at $3.4 billion or 7.84 cents per common share as of December 31, 2024. Total investment originations for the quarter were $135 million, with approximately 90% being first-lien senior secured loans. Meanwhile, repayments and exits amounted to $383 million, resulting in net repayments of $248 million. Payment-in-kind income for the quarter was $20 million, reflecting a decline of 39% from the previous quarter. Non-accruals as a percentage of total assets were approximately 0.4%, showcasing strong credit performance. The remaining subordinated structured notes portfolio had a trailing 12-month average cash yield of 24.4%. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, Wells Fargo, questioned how rating changes would impact the company's unsecured debt strategy. 𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗛 responded that no significant changes are anticipated, as the company remains committed to a diversified financing strategy that includes bonds, program notes, and preferreds. Finian O'Shea, Wells Fargo, asked about the preferred securities exchange offer and its participation rate. 𝗖𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗛 explained that the company has historically seen strong participation and discussed the 7.5% rate for the new securities. Sentiment analysis. Analysts raised targeted questions about the company's financing strategies and preferred securities, indicating a neutral to slightly positive sentiment. Questions were focused on clarification rather than critique. Management maintained a confident tone, with phrases such as, "We are confident," and "We plan on continuing," signaling assurance in the company's strategy and outlook. Compared to prior quarters, management demonstrated consistent confidence in its financing and portfolio strategy, with no apparent shifts in tone. Quarter-over-quarter comparison. A direct comparison to the previous quarter is unavailable due to the absence of the prior quarter's transcript. However, current focus areas include a strong emphasis on first-lien senior secured middle market loans and continued asset reallocation. Management tone and strategic priorities remain consistent, with confidence in the company's credit profile and financing strategies. Risks and concerns. Management highlighted a decline in payment-in-kind income and significant net repayments, which could affect future income streams. However, a strong focus on first-lien senior secured loans is expected to mitigate risks. Analysts were concerned about the potential impact of rating changes on unsecured debt and the performance of preferred securities. Mitigation strategies include maintaining a diversified financing approach and leveraging a strong balance sheet. Final takeaway: Prospect Capital demonstrated a strong quarter with net investment income of $86.4 million and a NAV of $3.4 billion. The company's strategy to focus on first-lien senior secured middle market loans and maintain a robust balance sheet underscores its commitment to portfolio stability and growth. Monthly shareholder distributions of 4.5 per share through April further reflect confidence in its cash flow and investment approach. Management's consistent and detailed responses to analyst inquiries reinforce its strategic direction and financial strength moving forward.